Alright, good morning students. Today I am going to discuss a few basic concepts of circles. Okay, so let us get started. Okay, this is a few basic concepts of circles. Now let us just understand the basic idea of what a circle is. What is a circle? You see, a circle is a set of points, but a particular kind of set of points. See, I am making a figure out here. Okay, this is a circle. Alright, that is an intuitive idea. We all have an intuitive idea of what a circle is. Alright, so this is your circle. Okay, this is your circle, and there is this fixed point. We put the rounder point out here, the compass point, and you made this circle. Alright, there is a point A out here. This is OA, line segment OA. This line segment OA, okay, is called the radius of the circle. Is called the radius of the circle. Okay, now I'm going to just, the chapter on circles is quite a short chapter, so I'm going to first discuss the basic points, because lots of students don't have a basic idea of what circles is. Now obviously you can see there is a point A out here, and a point is completely dimensionless. It does not have any dimensions. It does not have length, breadth or thickness. Okay, it exists in the imagination only. When you put a point out here, you are giving a physical representation of a point. So this is your point. Okay, point A, it lies on the circle. In this way there are millions of points. See, I could have a point out here, point B, I can have a point C here, okay, another point D here, and so on. So basically it is a set of points. So what is a circle? Circle is a set of infinite points. Infinite points. Okay, but not all points. Okay, points which are at a fixed distance, which are at a fixed distance from what? From a given point. From a given point. In short, I write PT for point. Okay, from a given point, a set of infinite points. What is a circle? A circle is a set of infinite points which are at a fixed distance from a given point. Okay, the given point O, in this case it is O. The given point O is called the center of the circle. The center of the circle. The given point is called, or the fixed point. The given fixed point is called the center of the circle. And all other points like A, B, C, D, they are at a fixed distance. Okay, this word fixed distance, okay, is important. Given point O. Okay, these are important points. So what is a circle? A circle is a set of infinite points. Okay, and these points are at a fixed distance from a given point. That given point is called the center of the circle. Okay, and also there are infinite number of points, and all of them lie on the circle. But point O, which is actually the center of the circle, the center does not lie on the circle. It does not lie on the circle, but it is the center of the circle. A circle is a set of points, and remember, all the points are at a fixed distance from the given point, and that given point is called the center of the circle, and all these points are said to lie on the circle. But the center of the circle is not on the circle, it is in the interior of the circle. Alright, then you also understand that, you see, you can have infinite number of points, but they all lie in the same plane. So all points lie in the same plane. Okay, now that's important to understand. They lie in the same plane. So again, let us refine the definition of a circle. What is a circle? A circle is a set of infinite points which are at a fixed distance from a given point, and that given point is called the center of the circle, and the distance from the center of the circle to any point on the circle is called the radius of the circle. So basically this is a line segment, okay, and in notation we write r. R stands for radius of the circle. So OA is the distance OA, that means the distance of any point on the circle from the center of the circle. That distance is called the radius of the circle. All the points lie in the same plane. That means what? It means a circle is a closed plane figure. Okay, these are all things that you must understand. Some basic concepts of a circle. So what is a circle? A circle is a closed plane figure. See, a circle is a closed plane figure. Why is it a plane? Because all the points of the circle lie in the same plane. All the points of the circle lie in the same plane, including the center of the circle. The center of the circle also lies in the same plane, but the center of the circle lies in the interior of the circle, and the distance between the center of the circle and any point on the circle is called the radius of the circle. Alright, now let us just suppose that this is your plane of the circle, like this plane of white paper, okay, and now I'm going to make a small circle out here, okay, just for simplicity. Let us just make a small circle here, okay, your circle here. Now this circle with center O and radius OA, this circle lies in plane alpha. Now how do we write in symbol? In symbols we write circle with center O and radius R. Okay, just remember, for example, for triangle we had this symbol, triangle ABC. Okay, for a rectangle or a square or any quadrilateral we had this symbol ABCD. Okay, in the same way for a circle we have this symbol, circle with center O and radius R. Okay, OA is the radius of the circle. Okay, the circle with center O and radius R lies in plane alpha. It lies in plane alpha. The circle with center O and radius R, this is the symbol. How do we read it? The circle with center O and radius R lies in plane alpha. Alright, now you see the circle divides plane alpha into three disjoint sets. Okay, the circle is divided into three disjoint sets. Now what are the sets? Number one, the set of points, like see for example P, Q, R. Okay, points which lie in the exterior of the circle. Points which lie in the exterior of the circle. Now what are those points? In this case, points like P, Q, R. These are points which lie in the exterior of the circle. Then we have points which lie in the interior of the circle. Points which lie in the interior of the circle. Points which lie in the interior of the circle. See, for example, point O. Okay, example, point O, which is the center of the circle. You could have another point here, for example, point J. Okay, point J also lying in the interior. And then the third set, points which lie on the circle, points which lie on the circle. Point A lies on the circle, point B lies on the circle, point C lies on the circle. For example, points A, B, C. Okay. So what have I explained here? Suppose alpha is the plane of the, remember, a circle is a closed plane figure. Okay. So if it is a closed plane figure, let us suppose this rectangle represents the plane of the circle. So circle lies completely in plane alpha. Now this circle with center O and radius R, divides the plane into three mutually disjoint sets. Set of points which lie in the exterior, set of points which lie in the interior, and set of points which lie on the circle. All three are mutually disjoint sets. Okay. So now what have you learned so far? So far you learned that a circle is a closed plane figure. It consists of infinite number of points. Okay. All the points lie on the circle, but the center of the circle is not on the circle but lies in the interior of the circle. The fixed distance, this fixed point, is called the center of the circle, and the fixed distance between the center of the circle and any point on the circle is called the radius of the circle. Generally, the radius of the circle is denoted by R. Okay, it is denoted by the letter R. Alright, and it consists of infinite points. You can have infinite number of radii. Because there are infinite points, you can have many radii. See, I can have another radii. Radius is singular. Remember, radii is plural. Okay, radius is singular, radii is plural. You can have many radii out here. See this one, C. I can have another one, or let us suppose this is C, D. Okay, let us suppose this is point E. Okay, let us suppose this is your point F, and so on. Okay, many radii you can have. Infinite number of points on the circle, and therefore infinite radii. Alright, now let us discuss some other concepts, okay, of a circle. Now it's important to understand certain basic ideas. Alright, so let us, I'm going to draw a circle here and then give you an idea of different concepts of a circle, different ideas of a circle. So now you have got this point O, which is the center of the circle. Okay, again I'm making a radius. See, I'm making a radius here by selecting any point on the circle, this point here. So this is your radius. Alright, so OA is radius. Now if I have, okay, if I can, you see this one, let us take another line segment passing through the center, and this is BC. BC is also R and R. Now BC is called the diameter. BC is called the diameter of the circle. Okay, and you can see diameter D is radius plus radius. Okay, radius plus radius, that is 2R. That means the diameter of the circle is twice the radius of the circle. It is twice the radius of the circle. And the diameter is also a line segment. In fact, it passes, the line segment which passes through the center of the circle. A diameter always passes through, a diameter always passes through the center of the circle. Only then it is a diameter, otherwise it cannot be a diameter. So BC is a line segment which passes through the diameter of the circle, or rather passes through the center of the circle, and the points B and C are on the circle. They are on the circle. Then it is a diameter. Alright, then let us take another idea. This is this one. Let us take this slightly bigger, I'll make it. Okay, now here in this circle, again center O. Now supposing I have got, let us say this is the radius. Okay, and if I draw a line like this, now this becomes a tangent to the circle. Okay, this line L is a tangent, to the circle with center O and radius R at point, let us call this point D. Okay, at point D, and it will always be perpendicular to the radius drawn to the point of contact. D is called the point of contact. Okay, D is called point of contact. Point of contact between what? The D is called the point of contact between the radius and the tangent. The tangent is touching the circle at point A. Okay, just touching, and it is always perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. So this will always be perpendicular. So OD will be perpendicular to L. What is L? L is the tangent. Okay, so how many tangents? We'll discuss that in detail later on. Now let us discuss one more concept. Okay, and that concept is about the secant. Alright, let us just see what a secant is now. Here, this is the center of the circle. Okay, now supposing I have a line which passes through the circle in such a way that it intersects the circle in two distinct points. Here, this line L is intersecting the circle in 2 points A and B. Then this line L is called secant of the circle. It is called a secant. Okay, A and B are the points of contact. But see the difference here. Here AB lies on the circle and the line L intersects in points A and B. That means the line intersects the circle in 2 points. Okay, intersects the circle in 2 points. Then it is a secant of the circle. See the difference between radius, diameter, tangent and secant. This is the radius, OA is the radius, BC is the tangent, BC is called the diameter. It passes through the center of the circle, and the diameter is always twice the radius. Then what is the tangent? Tangent is a line which is in the plane of the circle. Remember, a tangent must satisfy two conditions. Number one, it must lie in the plane of the circle. It must lie in the plane of the circle. And number two, it must, that means the tangent, it must touch the circle in 1 point only in 1 point. Okay, if it touches in 2 points, then it becomes a secant. Okay, so secant and tangent, they are similar in the sense that a secant intersects the circle in 2 points, whereas a tangent touches the circle in 1 point only. But a tangent must satisfy the two conditions. It must lie in the plane of the circle. If it does not lie in the plane of the circle, then it is not a tangent. Okay, both the conditions must be satisfied by a line, then that line is called a tangent to the circle. Alright, now I'm not going further. I'm not making the videos too long because some of you find it difficult to watch, okay, for too long. Your attention span somehow seems to be limited. So I'm making the videos to 15 to 20 minutes, not more than that. So far I have just discussed some fundamental concepts of a circle. What is a circle? What is a radius? What is a diameter? What is a tangent? What is a secant? In my next video, I will actually discuss more fundamental concepts, and then I will come to 2 theorems which are very important about circles. Okay, so keep watching these videos and stay safe, stay at home, stay healthy. Thank you.